Are you tired of being overcharged and forced into paying a monthly subscription for your Mac and Windows software? Well, if you are, currently we're having a 50% off discount on all the latest Mac and Windows software, such as AutoCAD, SolidWorks, Photoshop, Microsoft Office, and much more. Our 50% off discount will be ending soon, so be sure to text us "Need Software" to 323-405-1341. That's 323-405-1341. We aim to please, so expect 24/7 technical support, the latest premium software, instant software links delivered to your email, and PayPal buyer's protection guarantee.
So yeah, I got put on to this brother, man, just from IG, man. I'm not even sure how his videos started coming across my desk, but they did, and they immediately resonated with me. Saw the value in them. I said, man, this is a smart young dude, and he's from, he's from England. He's obviously from across the pond, as they would say. And I don't know, I just thought that was dope. A lot of times here in America, we feel like it has to be someone American bringing you the information, and there's knowledge and value all over this planet Earth brought to us by original people all over this planet Earth. So I just thought, and just his approach is just something that I feel just would resonate with those that know. You know what I mean? Those that are tuned into the proper frequencies. So, he hurt my heart with some certain things he was saying, like you think you eating right and all that. And then you find out that, oh shit, that's some bullshit too. Like the lies go deep. You know what I mean? So we're going to get into it. Man, with no further ado, I think that's his wife in the chat. She said, this is going to be a great one. Yes. Anyway, with no further ado, I want to bring my brother from Eat to Live, Not to Die. Brothers and sisters, welcome my brother Ekong to the Godcast.
Thank you.
Peace, Ekong.
Peace, brother.
How you, God?
I'm as good as can be. Can't complain.
It's great to have you here. Matter of fact, hang on. What is your matter of fact, I know what your goddamn IG is. It's Eat to Live, Not to Die, correct?
Correct.
Okay. To live, not to die. IG. So y'all go follow him right now, first of all. If you're not already following him, catch up with his videos. We have a link in the description, to his store and to his products. So, make sure you click that as well as we're going through this discussion. So anyway,
yeah,
nutrition, especially concerning us as original people. Let's first start. Let's get into how did you start your journey on, into nutrition? How long have you been on this journey, and who are some of your influences?
Okay. Started my journey at the age of 23. I am 32 now. And really and truly came about, I had a couple of ailments that I wanted to get rid of. And
would you like to share what those were?
Diabetes. So my father still has it to this day. So people would say, oh, those type of things run in the family. But the only thing that runs in the family is the foods that the family eats, right? So I quickly, did some research to try and find some ways, natural ways, because I've always gravitated towards nature and things that are natural. did my research, came across Dr. Sebi, and the first time I saw one of his videos, am I allowed to swear on this?
What's that?
Am I allowed to swear?
Fuck yeah.
Right.
Oh, shout out to Dr. Sebi.
All right. So that's it. So as soon as I listened to I think 10 minutes of Dr. Sebi speaking, I was like, fuck that, man. Fuck Dr. Sebi. I don't know what he's talking about. What does he mean, no meat? What does he mean, no this? He's talking about things that I've been growing up on all my life. I didn't gravitate to Dr. Sebi the first moment I heard him. And then a year after I had rejected it, someone came to me with it again, and then again, and then again. So I looked into it again a year later, and I said, okay, it's getting in now. I'm starting to get it. I'm starting to get it, because I think the first time I heard it, I think it was a bit of fear that didn't allow me to accept the information. And you know, the certain things he was saying, if they were true, he's basically saying that my people have given themselves a death sentence.
So what were some of these things that you were hearing that like, if they were true, what were some of those things that he was saying?
He said, ever since they took us from Africa, all they've been feeding us is blood and starch. And I really took time to deep what he was saying, blood and starch. So basically all their natural foods is the starch and the blood is the meat. So all they've been giving us ever since we were captured was blood and starch. So, and I'm from Nigeria originally. Well, my father's Cameroon, my mother's Nigeria, but I gravitate more to my Nigerian side because I've been there. I haven't been to Cameroon.
I've been to Lagos and Port Harcourt.
Okay, I'm from West Africa, Cross River State, Calabar, for anybody that want to know. So we eat as a staple food in Africa, period. Not just where I'm from, in Africa, period. Even in Brazil, Central America. Cassava. Okay, cassava. Cassava is one of the most deadliest foods that you could put in your mouth today.
Wow. Now, hang on. I wish I had like some sort of explosion, because I think a lot of people would think cassava is a healthy fucking food, is a good food for you. So tell us about cassava. What is so bad about cassava? I'm sure it's going to be the starch, but what's wrong with cassava?
Cassava,
and why do we think it's healthy?
Because it's all we've been given since it's what, 600 years now since we've been captured. And ever since we were captured, bro, they didn't know what to feed us, so they had to create something that could feed us, and it had to be quick to create as well. They say cassava was made by the Portuguese, and it looks ugly. When you open it, it's white inside. Okay. And
that's a bad sign already, God damn it. In nature, when something is white, oh shit. You know it ain't good for you. Goddamn white rice, white fucking sugar, white flour. Cut that open, is white inside. But anyway,
so the scary part is when you put cassava in a juicer and you juice it, and you give a hog, that's a pig, right? You give a hog that juice to drink, that hog is gonna drop dead where it stands.
Bomba cleat. What?
Period.
From cassava juice.
From cassava juice. Cassava juice is the highest concentration of cyanide on the planet. And Africans and Central Americans, most people of African descent in the world, they eat that every day. Breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Even if you go to a 5-star hotel in Costa Rica, they'll give you a very beautiful plate of cassava, and they'll make you pay hundreds of dollars for that, or pounds for that. It's crazy.
Some people are saying yam is white, coconut is white. Is coconut okay?
Coconut's good. The mature coconut, the inside of the mature coconut, that's good. The yam, that's dead. That's garbage. You don't want that. anything that contains starch, period, is not good for you. And Mother Nature did not create anything that contains starch. However, there are things today that they have created or duplicated that exists in Mother Nature that contains starch right now. So I'll give you an example, right? All quinoa is not the same. All spelt is not the same.
What is spelt? I've never even heard of spelt.
Spelt is a grain, a rice replacement. There are many different rice replacements on the planet Earth.
Now, first of all, when I first got to Nigeria, soon as we got off the plane, they give us jollof rice.
Jollof rice. Yeah.
Starch,
definitely. That will bloat you up.
And it was hot as a motherfucker. That shit was hot as a bitch.
I know people are probably saying to themselves, so what do I eat? I'm going to give you a replacement because I like to give you the problem.
Right.
And then I give you the solution straight after. So you don't
feel. Because a lot of people's going to feel by the end of this, well, exactly. Well, goddamn, what's left to eat? He's telling me all these things I can't eat. And there's a longer list than this. We're going to get into some things. Yeah.
This is called fonio.
I've heard of this.
Fonio. Fonio is delicious and nutritious. This is what you can choose to replace not only your rice, you can also replace your cassava for this as well. How cassava is prepared in most countries is they add hot water to it and they begin to mix it, and it turns into this big starch mush, like a big starch ball. And then they dip that into some soup or stews and they swallow it, right? That's generally how it's consumed. You can use fonio to do exactly the same thing, all right? Not only that, it's extremely versatile. So you can turn this essentially into a rice as well. So fonio can be prepared the same way Africans like to eat their cassava or fufu. And you can also cook it in a way where it will come out kind of like couscous, individual grains, like rice. So I would advise a lot of people to start eating that because that's natural.
Now, can I get this fonio in my fucking supermarket?
Yes, you can. 100%. Whole Foods have got it, I believe.
So you got to go to special because a lot of people want to do the least they can do instead of the most they can do. So they want to be able to go to their regular supermarket and see fonio there. So would you see it in a regular supermarket, or it's got to be a specialty type of supermarket?
I feel it would have to be a little bit of a special supermarket.
Okay.
But I advise more people to try and shop for these types of things online.
Right. Well, also people, if you go to your supermarket and they don't have something, if you ask for it and you keep causing a demand for it, they will put the shit in there. Like, man, these motherfuckers keep asking for fonio. Let me see what the fuck that shit is like. And so, yes. We can make that happen too. If you can't find it in your local thing. But yes, it takes some discipline. When we're going to get to that too, because that's a whole fundamental factor in this whole equation that we're talking about when it comes to trying to get your health right, and is discipline. But we'll get to that a little later. So fonio is an alternative. I like that. That's a grain starch alternative.
Starch-free alternative. There's
another alternative, right? But it replaces starch as far as the texture and all of that. Yes.
Yes, 100%.
Like in your mind, that would be a replacement for you.
Yes, 100%. And there are other grains such as kamut, quinoa, rye, teff, and amaranth. Those are also some grains that you can choose to replace your rice with, because I know that many of us love rice. How many times do we eat rice per week? You know,
right. So, and especially white rice people are eating.
Especially white rice. And that's going to clog you the hell up. You don't want that. That will bind you. Okay.
So what kind of wild rice? Wild rice good?
Wild rice is the only rice I would recommend anyone to be eating right now. There's no point even me telling you all the names. I'm saying there's no rice. I don't care what color it is. Red, yellow, purple. No.
Right.
There's no rice that they have created that will help you. The one rice that Mother Nature grows by herself without the aid of a man, woman, or child is called wild rice. A lot of Caribbeans have seen it. It grows like a tall grass, and it grows in the swampy areas. And because of that, and also because it's black as well, a lot of people run from it. They don't want it. Used to the white rice, and they don't like the black rice. Don't mistaken wild rice for black rice, please. Black rice was created by the Chinese. That's another finesse. The black rice is garbage. The wild rice is natural.
Who are these fucking mad scientists, man, that have come up with all these hybrid vegetables and like you see what I'm saying? The nigga creating rice, like that's no good for you. Why? Like what's wrong with these? Like they hate nature so much, God, that it's like they're literally, and they've been doing this since back in the days. Like, this is some mad scientist shit, bro.
Yeah, 100%. And you know why they're doing it though? They don't want us to be at our highest potential.
Tell them.
They want us to, everything starts from the brain. Once your brain is compromised, you can't think, period. And what nourishes your brain? Oxygen. Without oxygen, you're dead, period. So if oxygen is the food for the brain, right, then if we're consuming foods every day that robs us of oxygen, what's happening to the brain? We have to think about these things. So our full potential, our highest potential is lowered just by the foods you put into your mouth. We haven't spoke about what you believe in. We haven't spoke about your outlook on life. We haven't spoke about, how you grew. We're not talking about any of that right now. I'm not saying they're not a factor, but what you put into your mouth on a daily basis will affect your thinking, the way you think, the way you rationalize. Okay, it compromises the hippocampus area of the brain and the hypothalamus area of the brain. These are parts of the brain that allows you to reason. These are the parts of the brain that when you get angry, you don't just shoot a person in their face or stab them. You think about what you're doing first. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So all of these foods destroy all of these areas of the brain that allows us to become our highest self when it comes to doing and thinking and speaking.
Let's talk about some more common vegetables, like carrots and broccoli and cauliflower. Like, especially here in America, those are things that we believe are good for us. That these things are, healthy. And you got motherfuckers drinking broccoli shakes and kale and all this other type of shit. Tell us about the misconception, even things like garlic. Let's get into some of all this miseducation surrounding a lot of these fucking foods, because I've been duped on a lot of this shit. Like, I thought everything on the list I thought was healthy. I just had somebody bragging to me, my man, talking about, oh yeah, I just made a cauliflower mash potatoes. And I'm like, bro, cauliflower is some bullshit. Like, you need to leave that shit alone, bro. Like, yeah, man. So talk to me about some of those foods, because, cassava is more, like something Jamaican, it's a more, but here in America, all the shits that I just named, people's like, what? Carrots?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
So okay, let me tell you this. Carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, celery, asparagus, garbage.
Asparagus too.
All garbage. So the reason why these things are garbage, and out of everything that I mentioned there, carrots is the worst. Okay? Carrots are the absolute worst. Carrots was has never been real. A lot of people like to say, oh, the purple one, oh, the orange one, oh, this one, oh, that. No, none of the carrots are real. To create a carrot, you need 2 plants. One of them is called the Queen Anne's lace, and the second one is called the wild yam. You have to do a process called splicing, genetic splicing. You combine
Like
them
grafting.
both. Yeah, grafting. Exactly.
Mhm.
And then when you graft them both, the Queen Anne's lace is not produced, the wild yam is not produced, a carrot is produced. So when you eat this carrot now, what happens to you? You start to clog up your capillaries, your arteries, and your veins, okay? Because it contains starch. How can you see the starch? Is it possible to see carrot starch? Yes. All you have to do is run about 6 carrots in the juicer.
And you see all that fucking shit that gathers.
That's it, my brother.
That
After
foamy shit.
you leave it on the windowsill, I would recommend, for about 2 hours, 3 hours. All that shit at the bottom of the cup, that's starch. All the stuff at the top, that's the water content. The bottom bit is the starch. It's gooey, sludgy. It will clog you up. It will slow you down. Okay? And this is another thing I have to say. They use cartoons, movies.
Bugs Bunny.
Bugs
Bunny is why a nigga wanted to eat carrots.
in the first
He's the only reason. Like a nigga, you know, when you're young, a lot of these vegetables, first of all, as a child, I think you kind of know that a lot of these vegetables are foul. That's why kids don't want to eat their vegetables, because the vegetables that they're giving you are the foul ones. But then you watch some shit like Bug, because I know I didn't want to fuck with no carrots till I seen this nigga talking about, what's up, doc? And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, yeah, Bugs Bunny. You know, I want to be like Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny was a foul nigga, y'all. Not just carrots. That motherfucker was kissing men, he was fucking cross-dressing, all kind of crazy shit. That was a foul. Don't follow that nigga Bugs Bunny.
Wow.
But anyway, yes.
That's
cartoons.
That's what they do to us. Anything they want your children to believe in, anything they want your children to accept. Please go and watch the cartoons that they're trying to show your children. There's a cartoon character called Peppa Pig. I saw a book called Peppa Pig Took the You Know What. So I was like, oh my God, this is how they're trying to normalize the things that are not normal through imagery, through television, cartoons, you know? So we have to be very careful, very careful. All of these foods, they're only going to bring us down.
People want to know in the chat, they want to know about spinach. What about spinach?
Spinach is not real. Obviously, again, where do we know spinach from? From
Popeye.
Popeye. I grew up on Popeye, right? So Popeye was eating spinach. He was kind of on the right track.
He was getting strong.
He was getting strong. He was on the right track because he was eating greens, but it was the wrong greens. That's the thing. It was the wrong greens. Okay. Now, if I had to explain it, I explain it like this, because I like to. I know that I'm speaking to everyone. I'm not just speaking to the elders. I'm speaking to the youngers as well, maybe even younger. Okay. Everybody likes to say that the lion is the king of the jungle, but the lion can't be the king of the jungle, because the lion doesn't want no beef with the elephant. And if the elephant's trunk happens to whack that lion in his skull, he's going to be knocked out for quite a while. He don't want no beef with the elephant. So now when we look at the elephant, what does the elephant eat? Meat? No, he doesn't eat meat. He eats fruits. He eats greens. He's a vegetarian. All right. So if we look at nature, we can learn a lot. The ones that are the strongest, the ones that live the longest, and the ones that are the healthiest are the ones that eat the greens.
What does a gorilla eat?
A gorilla eats bamboo shoots and berries. Okay, a lot of people.
A gorilla will rip your arms off and beat you with it early,
quick.
And people say, "Oh, they have a different metabolism." Shut the fuck up, y'all think y'all come from gorillas. So why wouldn't you want to eat like a fucking gorilla if you believe you came from one?
Exactly.
Huh, motherfucker?
Ask them
And
again.
they so damn strong. Like, why wouldn't you do the knowledge
Come
to
on.
what they doing?
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Silverback gorilla, elephant, turtle, the ox, the giraffe, any big animal, big bones, living long, they're all vegetarians.
Facto.
Vegetarians.
Facto.
We rather eat the ox than eat what the ox eats.
That's crazy, right? You rather
Right.
eat the ox than eat what the ox eats.